Alright, this is what I'm watching here right now. Big impulsive move, 1 minute gap, right? Flipped order flow, bullish. Check out internal highs. Now we have in the 1 minute a bunch of little FEGs. Don't want to use any of that. 2 minute, we have 2 FEGs. Don't really want to use that. Hop with 3 minute, and it's 1 larger FEG, and that's the money shot right there. So, watching this 3 minute FEG. If this bounces off, we're probably looking for higher prices, and we can look for some longs. We do have obviously all this liquidity built up, right? One thing to keep in mind is we do have, whoops, here we go, this SMT here, from this to here, right? And then we also have NFP tomorrow. So NFP tomorrow is definitely going to impact today's price action, especially for the PM session. So you got to be really careful with trading today. And if you are trading this, in my opinion, my rule for trading the day before NFP is usually I won't even take runners. It's just take trades with tight stops, with low risk, and taking full position out at internal liquidity. And that's because, for example, let's say where was it? Yes, let's say, for example, you shorted this 1 minute FEG here, right? And your target was this low down here. If you did that, you would have been stop break even or taking a loss. Whereas if you took out profits at internal liquidity, then you're okay. So on NFP days when it's really sloppy, or days before NFP, sorry, it's usually best to just take profits at internal liquidity and let it be. What's up, Antonio? How we doing? Freeman looks like it's bouncing here. Right. So we are looking decently bullish. Let's see. With 30-second order block here. Looks like this should hold, in my opinion. And look at that. 3-minute FEG. We get above the order block. We retest it with 1 wick. And then now we're getting this nice push higher. Another tap off the order block here, guys. Alright, now if this order block fails, likely the bias is not bullish anymore, and are probably going to be bearish, and this 3 minute might inverse. But right, the most important thing is where these candles close. So as long as we continue to close over the mean threshold, which we just did here, obviously, from here to here, mean threshold is, whoops, right here at 62.25, which we wicked off of. So still bullish here for sure. Mark this as, whoops, I'll mark this as the mean threshold here. And we're obviously still in that 3 minute FEG. So, oops. Yes, we do also have this bearish FEG here. However, that's a little less interesting to me. I think this one is the more pertinent one, because this is the FEG. This FEG formed on the pullback down to create this to bounce off this FEG. So not entirely too sure if we're gonna rip to highs, right? But right now it still looks good for upside. Not good enough for an entry though, guys. Just tape reading this. Do equal lows on NQ phase you at all? Let's see, what equal low? Are you talking about these right here? This low and this low? The relative equal lows? Antonio? Is that what you're talking about? If that's what you're talking about, no, they don't phase me because we have an SMT here. So, yeah, on the 1 minute. Oh, these little guys right here, no, that doesn't phase me. I think little 1 minutes like this within bullish order flow is going to happen. It's really not something to put too much attention to, you know. Like eventually, are these going to get taken? Probably. We're probably going to come back down eventually and take these out. But if I'm in a bullish setup, or if I'm bullish and I'm looking for an entry and whatnot, and I entered off this order block, I'm knocking these little 1 minute wicks here that are just happen to be equal lows. It's not going to matter too much. Like, if anything, I'm going to be more interested in looking at what highs, if there was any equal lows left behind. But even if not, we see all this low resistance liquidity to the upside. Now, are we going to take all of this? I don't think so. But I mean, there's still, we could run a good bit of it for sure. Oops. We actually do have equal highs here. Right. So that's just more bias for this to work out. And if I was to take a long, let's say I did long this 30-second order block. First of all, would I have gotten stopped out? No, we didn't get under it. We didn't close under the mean threshold. We didn't close under the 3-minute FEG. So 100% I'd still be in. And where would I target? Day before NFP? Would I hold runners? No. I would have looked to enter on 66.5. We have equal highs right here. Take my trade for like 13, 14 points, something like that, and I would be out. Right? This here, I'd probably hold through. And I would leave my stop and leave it alone. And I would just have to adhere to the shitty price action. Right? O32, O35. Oh, you're talking about this here? Yeah. No, this doesn't faze me very much. Again, same thing. Are we to come back down eventually and take this out? Yeah, probably. But I mean, when we're flipping, when institution order flow flips, and we already took out this low here, right? This is the purge that algorithms were looking for. It's pretty frequent that we're gonna maybe leave a little bit of the equal lows behind, and you know, that's okay. Again, like, we're probably gonna come back down eventually and take this, but likely it's gonna reach for whatever target it's reaching for. It's gonna reach for that target before it comes back down and the algorithm starts to seek these lows out again. Right, so we don't have to worry about these lows too much anymore now that we're in clear bullish order flow. And then once we do flip to bearish order flow, that's when we look for a short maybe to these equal lows. Now we're even over this inverse FEG. We even whipped back down into it. Like, this is extremely bullish, guys. All right, there's the PT. Smashed it. And if you were to take this trade, I would get fully out here. Could we go higher? 100% we can go higher. But on a day like today with NFP tomorrow, I have a rule. My own rule says internal liquidity is the target. Maybe if you're in micros, like let's say you take 10 micros or something, take out 8 of them or something, right? Secure profits, take minimal trades, and if you miss out on bigger moves, just be okay with that, because it's mentally draining sometimes on days before NFP when we don't get clean moves and we just consistently knife and rip between internal liquidities, and you're going for externals, and you just keep getting break-even stopped. It is exhausting, and it's much better, in my opinion, to just adhere to the fact you're probably going to miss out on some moves. Just be okay with it and just take your profits at internal liquidity. Your patience is admirable. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Dude, that's the only way to get profitable, bro. You gotta be patient. You gotta wait. You gotta be okay with missing moves. And you gotta just fall in love with just tape reading price, right? Like here, this right here is a good trade. Good setup. Could have taken this on a live account even, and I would have felt okay. The big question you have to ask yourself before you get in every trade, in my opinion, is if I take this trade and it's a loser, will I be mad? If you can answer no to that question, where can I take this trade, and if it's a loser, am I going to be mad, and you're going to answer no to that trade, to answer that question, then that's a trade worth taking every single time. But if you take a trade and you're like, if this is a loser, I'm going to be pissed because this setup flipping sucks and I'm just impatient and I just am bored, that's when you run into problems. But if you are in it, but if you see a setup and it's like a solid setup and you're like, yeah, if this fails, I can't even be mad because this is my system, then yeah, you slap the trade every single time and move on, right? But that's what separates the profitable traders from the unprofitable traders, is the amount of people that just slap trades because they're bored and then they lose. And then when you lose a trade that you know you shouldn't have been in, that's when it not only is that bad, but also that's when you get triggered and you start doing really, really, really dumb shit after that. So you have to always take trades that you're gonna be okay with if it's a loser and you know it's just part of your system. That's the key to staying composed in trades. So yeah, this 30-second order block that I marked out earlier, I don't know why I deleted it, but very, very solid. Within the 3-minute FVG. Alright. This would have been the setup. Once we get above, we come back down. Here's your entry. Target here. Stop loss at the bottom of the order block. Somewhere around here. 1.9 risk to reward. Solid setup, solid trade. Your stop power would have been a little bigger because you want to wait for a close under mean threshold. So it might have been more like an 8-point stop, something like this. 1.5 R, still solid. Now, if tomorrow wasn't NFP, this is a trade I probably would take on my live account, or one of my fundeds or something like that. Now, if this is because it's day before NFP, this is more of an eval trade, in my opinion, or just a demo trade. But still a solid setup. And now you guys hopefully are seeing why I'm saying take profits at internal liquidity. This is so common here, where we the purge, and then we just internal liquidity, and then we just do stupid price action afterwards. So I'm okay if I took this trade and I got out internal, I'm okay with missing out on a bigger move. Now this immediate rebalance here makes me think we're probably going to go higher. 1 minute also closed above the internal. still looks bullish to me. Let's take a look at the 2 minute. Bounce off this 2 minute FEG here. Nothing on the 3, nothing on the 4, nothing on the 5. This is what you want to see though. Like when you're looking at fair value gaps, it's very nice when you look at when you're looking at the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there's no FEG on most of them, and then on 1 there is a clean FEG. It makes it really obvious to see what you should be paying attention to. And there it is. This is what you should be paying attention to. The only FEG on the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Come down, bounce off of it, right? Same thing now. If we get a close under, now we can look for a short trade. Does that make sense? Little kombucha with my coffee. Yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. Or if you want to look at some of their chart, crypto, Dixie, Forex pairs, I don't know, anything. Now that we took internal liquidity here, and we're just kind of chopping around, I'm not super interested in anything. Let's take a look at the Dixie chart though. So Dixie, obviously this weekly IFEG has been pretty solid. Now we're getting that close under. I'm thinking this is the target minimum. So pretty bearish for this internal sell. I guess I can't do that. I'm bearish for this sell side here. Weekly IFEG here. Hop in the daily chart. Alright, pop quiz. In this box here, in this section here, where's the order block? Anyone know? Where's the bearish order block? Or better yet, which is the highest conviction bearish order block? Like, what should you be watching? Anyone? No one wants to answer. Come on. Someone give a guess. Alright, whatever. Bearish order block is going to be this one right here. Anyone know why? Why is it this and not this? Anyone know? Or why is it not this? Alright, here's your answer. The reason it's this one is two reasons. A, we took this internal liquidity, right? So there's a check mark there. Internal liquidity taken. Excuse me. Internal liquidity taken. It's a candle, a singular candlestick with a large body. This did the same thing, but it didn't take any liquidity, right? So this says large body, we took liquidity, and on the displacement outside this order block, we have a fair value gap that formed. 1, 2, and 3 check marks. Right? That's why that this order block is going to be the one that shows the most significance. All right. Yeah, because we still have internal liquidity, exactly. So those are the 3 conditions: is sweeping liquidity, large body, right? You don't want to see anything like this from an order block. Let's see. You don't want to see like this. Like, that's not going to be a good order block where it's just a tiny little body and a lot of wicks, right? So strong body, internal liquidity, creation of a fair value gap with clear displacement under. Come back up, we bounce off of it, right? Cool. Now, next pop quiz. Where's the next order block within here? Only becomes an order block once you break it, right? Yeah, that's correct. This is not an order block until we get underneath it, until the creation of this candle. Once this candle closed, that's what made it an order block. And then once this candle closed and we left this FEG, that's what made it even stronger. Okay? Where's the order block now within this, though? So this is a little more tricky. A little more tricky here. Alright, for here, the order block, I'll look at the 4 hour really quick, yeah, back to the daily, and look at the weekly too, actually. Yeah. For here, the order block is actually going to be right here. Why? Because this is the move that started the push to this order block, right? So technically, this is actually called a propulsion block, all right, which you can see rejected here. Propulsion block is just an order block that forms after they bounce off of another order block. It's still just an order block, it's just a fancy name for an order block, so I just leave it as an order block, but if you really want to get technical, you can call it a PB, right? You can do that. But for the sake of learning, just don't really worry about the propulsion block, order block. Just think of it as the same thing, really. It's really not a big difference. So propulsion block here, order block here, creation, and then what happens? We bounce off, and then creation of a fair value gap is formed, making this order block even stronger. And then we get under it. We also have this daily volume imbalance, which is also used as resistance, right? Okay. And then we also have a little bit of a sweep here, which makes this even stronger for downside, right? So very clear bearish order flow here. Okay. Very, very, very obvious. Cool. Now, where's the next order block? Next order block here is going to be this guy, right? Why? Well, because it's actually the propulsion block. We bounced off this one, right? This order block took this high, right? The creation, we took a high here, took internal liquidity, clear displacement under, miniature fair value gap formed here, right? I'm sure if you look at the 4-hour chart, we're going to see something similar. On the 4-hour chart, the order block maybe starts a little higher. So on this one, you can really use either this low or this low. Doesn't matter too much. We also have a volume balance here. No one's going to get too picky about it, right? And honestly, the same thing goes with this. You could also even use this as your order block this high here. That's fine as well. or you can use this high, this low here, right? There's no real right way. Both of them are going to be accurate. So if you decided, oh, I thought it was this candle, that's correct too. Especially with how wiki this candle is, you could definitely just use this one. Now, the reason that this one's wrong, this isn't not the order block, is because looking at how big of a body we have on this candle here, we're going to want to include this because this is where the move started. From here or here, this is where this move started for the rejection off of this order block. The reason we have this rejection here is more so the fact that we have this volume imbalance more than if you were to say that this is the order block. No, it's more so that this is the daily volume imbalance that it just retested before coming back down. All right. Even if there's no internal liquidity swept, as long as it made a lower high. What do you mean by that? So for an order block, we want to take internal liquidity, or we want to see rejection off of previous bearish order flow, which is here. Yeah. So the reason that this is still an order block is because while we didn't take any internal liquidity, it's a rejection off of a previous order block, which also is going to qualify. That's why it's called a propulsion block, technically, and not necessarily just an order block. But yeah, it's going to be, it's like stair-stepping a continuous bearish order flow, right? So we saw the same thing, actually, on MQ. I showed this last week, where we had the first order block. Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, so here, right, the first order block forms, or actually this is the first order block. Here, first order block forms, all right. I'm not going to mark them, just know the red lines are order blocks. Okay, why? Because we take a sweep, right, sweep liquidity, and then two large up candles. There's the order block that forms. Okay, cool. We bounce off that. Now we have this major body candle that it gets under. We have a fair value gap that adds to the confluence of this order block. This is now a propulsion block. We tap up into it, we wick off it, we go lower. Same thing happens here, right? Come up, bounce off of it, we go lower. And then here. Same thing. We come down, we bounce up, we go off of it. So we have clear bearish order flow starting from this candle. We come up, bounce off. Now this candle. Come down, come up, bounce off. Come up, come down, bounce off. Come up, come down, bounce off. Come up, come down, bounce off. Then we get above it, and now we have the market maker buy model. So this is market maker sell model. Now we get above it, we get a market maker buy model all the way back up, right? This one I held all day. Yeah, exactly. This was the day that I held all day long, was right here. I shorted the morning about right here. I held through this, back up, and then I sold right in here, right? Or I covered my sells I bought, right? Cool. All right, let's go back to NQ here. Let's take a look at what we're at. So, still holding this 2 minute, right? Bouncing off of it again. If we do get under this, we might see a shift in order flow back to maybe a bear. We can get a sell model down to like those equal lows that Antonio was talking about. We'll see. I'm going to delete this order block now because it's not super important anymore now that we already got above. Two-minute chart is going to be what I'm watching. Alright, I need to go handle something really quick. I'll be right back, but I'll leave the chart open. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Just give me a second. Alright guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Alright, what I miss? Alright, looks like we got under the 2 minute finally. Good dump under. Now we're back within this 3 minute FVG. Again, this is pretty difficult to trade here. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to hold the 3 minute or if this 2 minute is going to act as resistance to now push us back under. We'll see. I mean, now though, now that we're bouncing off this 3 minute, if we get back above this, could get bullish. However, we did have this that looks like rejected, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, it looks like we might get the close back above. Yep, looking bullish. See, we're back within this, this 1 minute here. Likely we're going to push through this with this momentum coming in. Yep. Hopefully it's kind of starting to make sense why this is mostly just for tape reading this day, pre-NFP day. This is kind of the last chance for shorts here, as if this holds. And this, what time is it? Alright, we are in a macro here, so if this S&T holds. Wait, what the? Or is this not? Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. I guess there really isn't an SMT, at least not an obvious one. Holy knife, though. all the way back down. That was a very, very aggressive sell there. Looks like this 1 minute FEG might hold. Now we get under the 3 minute and things can get pretty bearish here. If, right? Gun to my head. If we get under the 3, we go back to low a day. And then obviously the opposite is true. If we stay above 3 minute, we go back to high a day. That was kind of what I would be watching for. Let me close my door, it's getting kind of loud outside. Okay, this is really big here. On the 2 minute, this BPR. Oops. If this thing closes in the 2 minute with a nice big wick here, I'm gonna be pretty bearish and take a guess that we're gonna get under this 3 minute FEG. Now, if we don't close with a major with a decent wick, then I'll be pretty neutral still. 2-minute close with the big wick. I'm pretty bearish here. Still kind of hard to be like really bearish just because of this 3-minute holding so well. But using this south side of the curve here, 2 taps in the 1 minute, we took internal on it, turtle soup, come back up, tapping a BPR, pushing down, right? The past, and it's during a macro, so past 25 minutes have been pretty bearish. At this point, you kind of have to be biased towards this 3-minute closing under. Now, here we just took this internal NFP day. Sometimes that's all it takes, is just one little tiny sweep of internal, and then it comes right back up again, right? So we'll see what happens from right here. Staying bearish until proven otherwise. For me to be proven otherwise right now, I would want to see a close above this BPR, right? And if you are bearish, you really don't want to see a push back up into this BPR. Now we want to see, we are getting towards a good time for a decently expansionary big candle move down, right? So we'll see. There's another big candle. I'm going to stay on the 3-minute here and watch if we get the close under. We do have these equal lows here. Like I said, we're probably going to get these to sweep eventually. Might happen right now. Look at ES here in 15. ES does have this. We swept it here. Now you really want to see this 3-minute close under. You don't want to see a big wick if you're looking for if you're in shorts or you're looking for lower to print. Holy crap! There it is. There's the big move, guys. I said big candles might be coming. There it is. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Wow. Big move. Still thinking lower because we have these equal lows down here. Yeah, we have this 1-minute FEG, but yeah, I mean, I'm still thinking probably going to go lower here. We did hold the 1 minute here for now. We'll see. We do have equal lows now. Triple equal lows on ES. We are day before NFP, so anything can happen. I wouldn't be terribly surprised if we fail to go lower, but still the bias is definitely lower until proven otherwise, right? I say that a lot, but it's true. ES here. If you were short, I would completely get out on the purge of ES, and then there it is. ES took the low, NQ took equal lows. I would not try to hold for the low a day. And that's exactly why right there, right? Could we get a push down into low a day on NQ? Sure. But it's not worth making another like 2 points when it's very possible that this could S&T here, we took equal lows here, we took equal lows here. Could it go lower? 100% could go lower. Not worth risking it. And I kind of hope we rip here to show why it's not worth risking. Also, we might even hold this 1 minute FVG, right? We might take low day here. Alright, low day does come on NQ. But like I said, 100% worth missing out on those extra 2 or 3 points than for the chance that it reversed right there. Like, I would not have been enjoying life watching on this in live time us bounce here and then come back lower. Like, for me, it's just not worth those extra few points when you have equal lows here and you have low day hit on ES. That's just me. If your system says otherwise, then by all means trade how you want to trade. But nice tapering as well was good there. Internal buy side we saw hit, right? We're bullish to there. You would have gotten out of position there. Some more manipulation up here, and then showed that we're bearish, and pretty much called this once we started rejecting this BPR. Pretty solid tape read there. Not gonna lie. What the heck is going on right now? Why is my... Caught that. Awesome analysis. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, if I'm going to be completely honest, I did take a short on the BPR, but because it's day before NFP, I just didn't want to alert anything. But hopefully, and if you guys caught that, that's great. If you missed it, just you're disciplined, you just didn't take a trade, that's completely fine too. Like, there's no shame in not taking that trade. Don't feel FOMO. You shouldn't feel anything about that. Day before NFP, I mean, the only thing I really liked about this was also obviously the bear shorter flow came in, but the reason that I actually ended up pulling the trigger was because we were in this macro time period, right? I like entering trades between, what is it, Eastern, hold on, between 2 and 2:15, entering trades between that time, maybe even a little before, right? So like it's more like 1:50 to 2:15. If I can get setups between that time period, and we can see order flow start to print in that time period, that's when I like entering trades anyways. So that's kind of what made me want to pull that trigger. And then usually after this order flow comes in, that's when you get the big candles, and that's what we saw here. So yeah, I'm not terribly surprised that we had this nice short move, but it's still obviously a pleasant surprise a little bit, you know. Still a little shocking when you see just major down candles, but yeah. Overall, great analysis. I'm gonna be done trading, I think, for the day. I'll stay on the live. I'll keep tape reading stuff and let you guys know my bias, what I think, and let you guys decide if you want to take a trade, right? That's kind of what I'm here for. I'm not here to give alerts. I'm not here to, tell you what to do. I'm just here to give you my thoughts, my bias, what I'm looking at, and then it's you guys to make the decision for yourself, right? This is not an alert service. This is educational, trying to help you guys see things from my point of view, from my experience, and then hopefully you guys can start to see things on your own. And you should never take a trade based on my bias alone. You should only take trades based off of your own system that you've implemented, and then maybe using my education to help with reading price action. But I never want people taking trades solely based off of my analysis and solely based off of what I'm thinking, because that's not profitable. You're never going to be profitable doing that. You're never going to be profitable just solely using someone else's analysis, solely using someone else's alerts. You need to use live streams, educational content, things like that as tools to add to your toolkit and help develop your own skills. That's what these live streams are for. But if you don't have the drive to create your own skill set, develop your own skill set, create your own trading model, etc., 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 if you don't have the discipline to do that, or the drive to do that, then you will not be profitable, and you might as well quit trading and go into a different industry, because that's just the hard reality of becoming profitable. That's the cold truth that no one wants to talk about, but it's very necessary for you guys to know that. Sheesh, if anyone's a turtle soup, or you guys are printing today. Like, this is so clean overall. Buy side to south side, back up. If you turtle soup here, like you could have turtle soup, like, I don't know, 80, what is this here? 83s area. 8.7 points of drawdown. Internal liquidity to this internal or this external liquidity, bang. And then turtle soup long in this purge or sell side, and now you're already up another 25-30 points. Turtle soups are killing it today. Look at that. Oh my god. 17.1 minute candle. Wild stuff. Now, I really want to say I'm bullish because of this reaction we're getting off of this external sweep. And the 15 minute is just a wick. Really want to say we're bullish here, but I can't because we have not shown clear bullish order flow. Oh, let me see here. Yeah. Alright. Can use this 1 minute as our bias, I would say. It's probably okay. We're holding it for now. Alright, we're going to run with a slight bullish bias. Not much, but a little bit. Also because if we were going to stay bearish, would have wanted this to hold, which we're already getting above it, right? And there's the 1 minute popping up. So yeah, we're going to go with a light bullish bias here. On ES, we still are holding this though, for now. So something to keep in mind, just watch for this. Alright, we're getting that pop out of it though. Alright. Yeah, I'm going light bullish bias. Can flip any time. We're in this FVG here. Right? These two FVGs in the 5. On the 10 minute, we have this FVG here. So, gotta keep those things in mind. Yeah. Gonna stick with the light bullish bias for right now. That's what I'm seeing. Especially after this bounce of the 1 minute. Okay, we have this here. Maybe SMT though. This SMT holds, we go into the 1 minute, I'm flipping back bearish again. That's why I said light bullish bias, because it can flip any time right now. Anytime you get a close under, and we're probably going back to bearish order flow. So that's why it's so, from right now, this is so difficult. Would not want to be trading right now. What the heck? Why do I flipped these, didn't I? Did I accidentally? Oh, I totally did. I did that. Alright. Okay guys, if we get back under this 1 minute here, I'm going to say it's safe to assume that this S&T should hold, and we're probably going to go back for lower prices again. Let's see if there's any, oh my god, stop. Okay, let's see if there's any liquidities resting below here. No, this is difficult. Like, this is so ugly. When you get stuff like this, we gotta go look at our standard deviations, right? So we have this here, here to there, standard deviation leg, and then we're also going to go from the most recent. That's the high day one, right? Okay, so we have 4 down there, and then we're also going to go from here to here. And then we're going to see, so these match up very nicely, guys. So if we're looking at the next short trade, this is the target. So now I'm going to delete these guys just to get them off the chart, erase the clutter. 410, like 0.5, something like that, that's fine. 410, 0.5, let's see. Yeah, like this is so ugly in here that we're just going to run with that as the next target if we want to go lower. One minute FVG is holding still, so S&T is not yet valid, right? We even wicked under. Take a look at the 30-second chart. Actually, I'm going to drag this to that low, make it a little cleaner because that's the 30-second FVG. So we're going to mark this as a 30-second FVG. Still bullish bias, guys. Also, we got above this 30-second IFVG after initially rejecting it. This looks kind of bullish to me here. going to stab long on an eval trade here, guys. Eval trade. Not high confidence. That's why it's an eval trade. Because it's still very possible we knife and get under and this S&T holds, right? Not a high confidence trade whatsoever. For this eval trade, my stop loss is going to be a close under this 30-second FVG here. Okay. Take profit is going to be at this high. Just for the sake of education, I am going to put it on paper on the screen. Buy. Uh-oh, I might miss. I think I missed the entry in the paper, guys. Whatever. We'll see if it comes back down and fills. My entry's here at 46.50. On my eval, but alright, whatever, good enough. 47 is fine. Stop loss for here's this. Now, none of you guys should have entered this trade just because I said I'm taking this on an eval. The only reason you should take this trade is if this trade matches your system. And there's a big reason I said eval only and not I'm longing this on my live account, right? This is not the best setup in the world. And we're seeing that immediately with how shitty this chop is. Okay, I'm watching here on the 30-second. A close under this 30-second would signify a stop loss, right? I'm just going to wait for a few seconds longer. Okay, decent close there, strong wick up. Just waiting here. Closed above again. Okay. Really need to see a close above this 30-second or else I think we're going to knife. Wow. Wow. Strong push. Need to see a strong close though. If it wicks back down, this is going to be no good. Close right at it. Still a decent close though to this candle. Okay. Reducing risk. I'll put the stop there. I don't think we should go back. With how much momentum this candle has, if we go back lower again, we're probably going to knife straight under this. So there's no point in having to stop any lower than that. There's the strong push. Can we get the close above, what is this, 46, 47 basically? Basically at our entry point on here, we want to see a close above. Coming at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Could have been better, but not terrible. We're going to go 2 off at this high. Okay. And then we're going to hold the last runner for a fill of 68.75, or a fill of the 5-minute gap. Or actually, let's go with the 10-minute gap, because that's where it is. 66.50 is going to be the final TP. 66.5. Cool. So this is going to be TP1, also will signal break even stop, and that's TP2. Now we do have, I really don't like that we might get a purge on ES before NQ. I can't quickly do this, can I? I might take out 1 here, just because ES did. Alright, take out 1 there. Just in case we do get another S&T. Yeah, look at that. Look how ugly that is, guys. God. So ugly. Really not loving this price action now, guys. I'm thinking this could go down. I kind of want to stop out even on this. Yeah, we're gonna wait a second longer. But this does not look great. Really frustrating when ES takes liquidity and NQ doesn't, and you have to manage positions like that. Yeah. I'm getting out of here. Could be wrong, but it just doesn't look good to me. Looking very crappy here. It's also just paper, so it's alright. Yeah, this price action, once we took this high there, it just turned to crap. And I really, like, when in doubt, get out. That's kind of the the motto, right? So I'm in heavy doubt here on just knowing what's going on. So just get out of the trade, right? That's kind of the way you do it. We are still technically inside this 1 minute, or sorry, this 30-second FEG. So it's still technically bullish, but still, like I said, doubt, heavy doubt. So that's okay if I miss out on this trade. Like, this is also why it's an eval trade only, right? Talked about that. Another wick off of there. This 1 minute actually held, which is quite surprising. Right here. So we'll see if we get the push up off there now. Very, very possible. Probably going to rip this high now. After all that manipulation. Yep. There's the rip of the high. There it is. Okay. Alright, now that we swept this, and we have all this consolidation here, if we get under this, this leg here is most likely manipulation for the pushback lower, now that we took this internal liquidity. So this is very big. We're either, in my opinion, guys, this is going to go one of two ways. It's either this, right, or it's this. Now, we might get to like 65 and then do this part, but for the most part, this is kind of the general direction, general picture I would be looking for here. Is one of these two things to happen. Like looking at the 10, that's the 5, oops. Okay, 10 minute here, see this, came up into it, rejecting back down. Ten and the 15 looks pretty much the same, pretty similar. Two-minute FVG there. Alright, looking bullish, guys. So, off that 2 minute. Last chance for downside now is if we reject below like 67 area. Otherwise, I think this just rips back up to, you know, more highs. What size eval are you working on? I pretty much only am trading 150k evals. And I'm doing I have a few 250k evals with Apex. And then, I mean, sometimes I mess around with the 50ks just because they're quicker, easier to pass, but generally I work on the 150ks. You like Apex? Honestly, I just started working on Apex evals. I'm not a huge fan, but I know like the 20 account sizing is pretty insane, so I'm trying to work on sizing up on my trading. So I really don't like trailing drawdown, but I'm trying to get better at trading trailing drawdown just so I can use Apex's basically leverage that they let you trade with 20 up to 20 accounts.
So, yeah, I'm pretty new to Apex, honestly. I haven't traded much on Apex accounts, so I'm not the one to ask really about Apex. I usually stick to Top Step as kind of the number one firm I use. Elite Shooter Funding I used to use a lot, but once they activated me live account, they still haven't given it to me. It's been about 3 months since I've traded ETF, and they still have yet to give me my live account. I guess they said they're working on what they say, finalizing with a new broker, but that was the most recent update I got. So we'll see if/when they give me that live account, and I can update you guys on how that goes. Okay, there's the top of the 10-minute. Probably gonna rip through it, honestly. So, still pretty bullish here. Obviously, there's no reason for shorts. I'm just gonna mark this just so it's easy to see on smaller time frames where it's at. 2-minute closes in 8 minutes, 15-minute closes in 8 minutes as well. Okay. Looking pretty bullish here for now. Oops. Watching here, probably gonna wick down, pop off this and go back up. If I had to guess, that's what I would think happens here. We'll see. Not entirely sure. But ES did just take a high here. NQ hasn't taken it yet. Very bullish, guys. Look at that. Look at that push back up. 5 minutes left for this candle closure. So we'll see what happens here. On the 1 minute, we did get the close above the FEG. See what happens here. I will mark out the potential SMT. This is pretty big here. Watching NQ, see where this closes. If this closes above this FEG here, it's on the second tap. This is probably going to go up. Close midway. We'll see. Might need a third candle. There it goes. You can see how well this pretty much played out. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see how this acts. Yeah, we've already bounced off this order block once here. Let's see if it holds. We do keep wicking up off of this FEG, so it still looks pretty strong. If we start getting candles if we start getting a few candles that close below like the midpoint, that's when you would get a little nervous for more upside, I guess. Kind of the way to put it. But for now, it still is bullish for sure. It's completely fine. We'll see. Just tape reading this, guys. Minute 44 left in the 10 and the 15, so this is pretty big here, these next few minutes. Pretty important. Also, looking at the 30-second, same story. Can even do this. This looks even more bullish now in the 30-second. You can see it holding, wicking off the lower end of it. But we'll see what happens on the 10 and the 15 minute. Alright, final minute here. Well, it comes down to this here, I think. Now this is where we either wick or we dump. .30 technically closed below, but just barely that. It doesn't really matter too much. If we want lower prices, we want to see a much more aggressive close. Also, the M1 is still holding, so you want to see both close below for more conviction of a potential shift. Also, 3, 2, 1. Wow, wow, closes below and dumps on the M15 and the M10. Barely. But with this much of a flash crash, it could just get bought back up. Man, look at that. Crazy. So, took out this low. Instantly gets bought back up. This is looking bullish. This is looking very, very, very bullish. Yeah, I mean, technically, like, I guess we closed below, but this is so little, and we still closed above the mean threshold of the order block, which is kind of this whole PE array, so still bullish for now. We'll see how the next minute or two reacts, but for now, still bullish. You can't flip bearish just because we got to close below. We'll see how these next few minutes react though. Another flash crash down, getting bought back up again instantly. Let's see here. We should get some pretty big candles in the next 10-15 minutes, whether it's up or down. These big wicks make me think that we're going to go up, but could be wrong for sure. Doesn't mean all too much until we get a closure above them. Closure below around right here would make me a lot more neutral. And again, we get the wick back up. So still bullish. Another wick. And another wick. Right. Still just waiting, and waiting for any confirmation to either side. Still unsure. Pretty crazy price action though, like this is so ugly. No audio. Wait, you guys can't hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Oh, okay. I was like, damn, I've been talking for like an hour here with no audio. It's crazy. And another wick. 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks in a row. That's wild. Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story, right? Probably gonna go up higher now. But all it takes is one body to get under it. Yeah, there's the rip. Let's see if we get continuation of the upside here. If this candle closes pretty bullish, then we're probably going to go up higher. If it wicks back down, it's another story. We'll see what happens. This is a big candle here. Wow. Wow, that is a large volume imbalance. Holy crap. .5 points NQ. That's one of the largest volume imbalances I've seen in a long time. That's wild. See, potentially one last tap off that mean threshold. I kind of wanted to see this flush under, just to watch a big move under, but I just don't know if that's going to happen now. Yeah, it keeps holding above. I don't know, we'll see. I would not want to be trading this, that's for sure. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. Yeah, every single time it just wicks back up. And then it goes up and it wicks back down and down, wicks back up. It's just, this is ridiculous price action. Alright. Now it goes higher again. And right back lower again. Like, I mean, come on. This is just terrible price action. Man, right back up and down and up, and like these last 10 minutes has just been so ugly. Holy crap, it's been ugly. How can you even make a judgment on whether it's going to go up or down from here? I don't even know. I really don't know. Just long like low 60s and get out at high like low 70s. 10 points, 10 points, 10 points, 10 points. Make a lot. Okay, might get the rip here. Just maybe. Just maybe we rip here. Took out equal highs and now dump again, right? Why not? No, I don't know. I really don't know. And this is just kind of another situation, guys, where it's okay not to know. Like, it's okay not to know where we're gonna go right now. Like, you can guess, but like to have confidence in knowing which direction this is gonna break out in is insane. Another SMT potential here. I don't think price action gets much uglier than this. I think we're kind of maxing out on ugly price action. Holy crap. Dumpy. And dump and pump back up, maybe? Nope. Just dump. Maybe we'd rip here. I don't know.
Coin Summer, send this shit to 300 and $30.
Okay. Hope tomorrow we fill the entire daily gap in AM and then run highs in PM. Probably stuck in this range until, yep. Yep. We probably will stay within this range, here to here, until NFP, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but look at the 15-minute perfectly held here. I also had this SMT here. Yeah, not too sure if we rip or dump here, honestly. Not too sure. Yeah, I'm pretty bearish here, honestly. Do you think we go lower? We might tap back in this 2 minute, but overall, pretty bearish. Yeah. Especially looking at this 15 minute. This 15 minute just looks so bearish to me. So bearish. And the SMT at the top there. Whew. Big knife candle. Alright. Not much else yesterday. I'm bearish for the rest of the day, I think. But, NFP tomorrow, no trades, just tape reading. So, I'm going to call the stream here. Pretty fire stream overall. I think we did pretty well. Caught the short. Kind of gave this long bias. Got chopped up a little bit on that paper trade, eval trade. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I'll probably live stream tomorrow, post NFP. Yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.